Joined now by Coach Servance and Coach Johnson with Ellison and Copper's Cove High Schools. A couple of teams that have not faced off against each other in a while, but thankfully, due to your hard work, that's coming back. You guys are going to start playing a home-and-home series this year and look to hopefully extend that into the future. Tell me a bit about where the current programs are as far as what you're expecting for this season, if you wouldn't mind. First, Coach Servance.
Well, we are in our really, I guess, second week of two-a-days. Really, we don't have two-a-days. We started on August the 12th. School started on August the 14th. So there's your two-a-days. You got 2 days of two-a-days. And so our kids have been working. We work out at 6:30 in the morning. And really, that's a good time because of the heat. The heat has been an issue this year, and so with us taking the field at 6:30, we've had an opportunity to get every one of our practices in, and so our kids are working hard, and we're looking forward to having a great season.
Yeah, same with me. We started at the same time he did, and we're doing morning practices due to this heat, as Coach talked about, and this is year 3 for me at Copper's Cove, and so we're trying to. Usually when you're in this system where you're trying to build and rebuild, as I am, year 3 is a pivotal year. So we're looking for great things out of the Cove Bulldogs in year 3. Had some bright moments last year that didn't quite go our way, but we were close, and so we hope to break through that this year.
Okay. So you guys haven't played against each other in a bit. Can you tell me what's new about and what's so important about reinvigorating this rivalry?
Well, I can give my opinion on it. First of all, the coach and I get along. We generally like each other, and I know I have a lot of respect for him and his career.
All the way till kickoff, right?
Well, yeah, that 3-hour window, you want to...
Right, that's exactly right.
We're not going to talk that 3-hour window.
Right.
But I've known about him. You can't be in the state of Texas and not know about this man's record at other places he's been. So there's a tremendous amount of respect, number one. There's a tremendous amount of, okay, we better be on our game because he's a good coach and he's going to have his kids ready. So there's that part. But then when you've lived in this area, like I have for the last 3 years, you hear the stories of the past Ellison Eagle, Cove Bulldog game. You understand. And then couple that with, we've done summer and 7-on-7 for the last 2 years. So we've been competitive with each other, just more relaxed. So it was only natural to me that being, 5-6 miles up the road,
right,
we would try to pick this back up and make this a yearly event.
Awesome. And is the idea to try to make this the first game of the year every season moving forward?
Well, this is a realignment year,
mm-hmm.
and so everyone started over with a new schedule. And so this was a game that we both needed, that was open on the schedule, and so it worked for us. And so it's not necessarily something that we look at to be the first game each year, but whenever it falls where both teams are looking for a game, then that's where it'll be.
Awesome. Yeah, and it can't be a better experience for the fans. I mean, you're going to do home and home for the first 2 years with goal of expanding that into the future. But it's great because even if it is on the road, you just mentioned 5-6 miles, caravan together,
right,
roll right on up to the other stadium and watch some football. Personally, I get excited for high school football, college football. I'm not the biggest pro football fan, but one thing I do know about these programs as well is a lot of pro talent comes from these schools. And talk about what you're excited about as far as watching, your athletes develop into next class student athletes.
Well, I'll start, I guess. We sent a kid to Georgia last year that was top tackle in Central Texas. And so anytime you can help a young man achieve his dreams, that's really what I believe this man is in this business for and what
Absolutely.
I'm in this business for. I couldn't have said that 20 years ago, but at this stage in my life, in my 50s, it's about the kids, all the way about the kids, not about me. And if you know my heart and you truly know me, you believe that I know that to be true about this man. And so our kids this year, we do have some kids, just like he does, that are actively recruited or committed to places. And we want to see them stay healthy. We want to see them graduate, get a degree from high school, which is so important. But, yeah, we want to help, foster those opportunities for them to go on and do great things. And if the NFL's in their future, great. It's not for everybody, right? Less than 2% make it. But if that's in their future, that's just icing on the cake for me.
And it's nice to get some comp tickets in the mail every once in a while too, I bet.
Every now and then, you know, we've got a kid that's playing at Ohio University, playing wide receiver, Kamani D. Brown. We've got 2 kids at Baylor, Devontae Tizino and Brendan Bett, and just great football players, great kids. And, you know, we venture down to Waco every now and then to try and watch those guys play. Mm-hmm. I'm a Baylor alum too, so that's just icing on the cake for me to go watch both of my kids play there. I don't know if I'm going to get up to Ohio to watch him play, but hopefully he'll come pretty close in Texas and I'll get an opportunity to watch Kamani play also.
Yeah, bowl season's nice for that, you know.
Absolutely.
To travel. Okay, so talk just a little bit more about the whole student-athlete experience and, you know, how your application of whether it be 2-a-days or practice or learning playbooks and how that all benefits and adds into not only the high school experience but sets young men up on a course of success in life.
Well, you know, I was saying earlier that our program is built on 4 pillars. One, we want our kids to be the very best people that they can be. And so we really strive to drive that point home, that we want our kids to be the very best people that they can be. Number 2, we want them to be the best football players that they can be. Number 3, we want them to graduate from high school. And number 4, we want them to be a champion. And so those 4 pillars is what we kind of orchestrate what we do in order to develop them to get the outcome that we want out of our program. And so we push our kids very hard to be good people. You know, accountability is big, and we have to hold our kids accountable to doing things the right way. And so we push that so hard with our kids. And we're very proud of what our kids do and how they act and the things that they do with class. Then the second thing is we work them hard in off season. There's a program that we have where we develop mental toughness, we develop physical strength, we even develop spiritual strength. You know, I'm an FCA representative for our school, and so there's several things that go into those 4 pillars that we use in order to develop our kids into the people that we want them to be. Also, Steve Mack, he has a program, and you know, he's a great motivational person. We've bought that curriculum, and so we're teaching our kids also out of that. And so, like I said, there's so many things that go into developing a young man when they come into your football program that people don't realize. You really take a lot of time in order to get those kids to where they can go out, concentrate, to keep their focus on what's priority. If it's academics, being able to balance and juggle athletics and academics and being socially responsible, all those things come out of having a great football program.
You know, a lot of talk about career-wise, transferable skills is like such the big buzz thing.
Absolutely.
You're going to move from one to the other. But going back to your pillars, you know, if you finish the job on those pillars, you can't help but be a champion in life afterwards.
That's what I say all the time. I tell people all the time, if you do those first 3, be the best person that you can be the best athlete you can be, graduate from high school, the 4th one is almost a byproduct of those first 3 things.
Just finish the job.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So any thought to a traveling trophy, you know, a renaming of the rivalry?
That's a great thought. I mean, I've done that at other places I've been where we've had rivalry games. I think we play this particular year for us, can't speak for him, we play a ton of teams, Shoemaker Heights.
Right.
A lot of teams that trophy could go to because we're playing in that area just like they do. So, you know, maybe that's something down the road we can think about.
Yeah, the Bell Yell Trophy or something like that. I don't know. You know.
There's several things that different schools do.
Right.
Like you said, the Bell, the trophy. I know we're doing Great American Rivalry with Killeen this year. Killeen and Ellison are 2 of the oldest schools in Killeen. So we're doing Great American Rivalries for that game. So maybe something down the line, like you said, that's a great thought.
Awesome. Anything you want to add before the season kicks off? I mean, we're just over a week away.
No, just shout out to the kids on both teams.
Absolutely.
I think the coaching, this is a profession that is under attack in a lot of ways. And to his point, to what he said about the behind the scenes things that nobody ever sees us deal with, I think parents, fans, media need to understand that so much development and difficult conversations and impactful conversations take place long before we ever get on that grass and those white lines. And I think we lose sight of that as a society. You see it in the daily news. You see it in the media. What we're trying to do is build young men of character. We're trying to show them there's a better way. Much like his pillars, we talk about every day being compelled versus being resistant. You walk by a piece of trash and don't pick it up because it's not yours, that's resistant. If you're a compelled individual, you don't know why you're compelled. You don't know why you're doing it, but you know it's right in your heart and your soul. And so I know that's what we try to teach young men every day. And I'm seeing it. Like yesterday in our cafeteria, we had 10, 11 football players picking up trash after the bell rang. It's not theirs. And it makes my heart, I know it seems silly to you, but it makes my heart just beam with pride because they understand compelled. This is our school. This is our family. This is something we have to take pride in. And so I know they do the same things. I'm not speaking out of turn saying that we do that and they don't.
Absolutely.
Because I know this man a little bit and I know his heart. But I think that gets lost in the world. We're so tied into wins and losses, and we get it. We get it. We've been doing this a minute. We get it. Year 30 for both of us.
That's right. Year 30 for both of us.
So we get it. But we understand also that our calling is to be more than just the football coach that wins or loses on Friday night. It is to develop these young people to be men of character on and off the field.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, gentlemen. Best of luck on the season. And, only one ends up with a higher score on the end of the game. But,
right.
But if everybody goes out there and shows up, applies what you're teaching, every day, everybody walks off the field a winner. And,
right.
These student athletes are showing up not just on Fridays, but all year long, all school season long, etc. So, we need to, as a community, show up to support them.
Absolutely.
So. Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
My pleasure.